Hey everyone, it's April with Homesteadin In The City, and we're back for another kitchen chat. Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna name it. And so, but this is a special one because I have my sister,
yay,
in-law. But I mean, we do look alike, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like squint your eyes.
Squint your eyes, yeah.
A bit more.
This is my sister-in-law, Kristine. And Kristine grew up in the Philippines.
Correct.
And so today she's showing me how to make, is it the national dish?
It is the national dish. It's called Chicken Adobo.
All right, Chicken Adobo. So we're gonna make it Kristine's way. So if you're from the Philippines, you might have a way that you make it, which you can tell me about in the comments. But so I just want to hear how everybody makes their Chicken Adobo if you make it. And so, yeah, so let us know in the comments if this is a dish that you make, how you make it, how much you agree with her or don't. But she is authentic, so if you're gonna argue, make sure you know what you're talking about.
I can bring up my birth certificate if I need to.
Yeah, there we go. And I think we'll try to put this recipe on the website too, so you can have somewhat of measurements for it. So, all right, Kristine, what are we gonna get started with?
All right, so we're gonna heat up the pan.
Okay, we got that heating. It's on a low heat. Do we want to do a medium or?
Medium should be good.
Okay.
And everybody has their own chicken adobo recipe. My dad has his own, my grandma, my mama, but people typically...
I almost forgot my apron, but I wanted to show off my t-shirt that her mom got me.
Yes.
It's life is good in the Philippines, so.
Indeed.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt you there, but I needed to get my apron on. But
I want to make mention of a cameo in my tummy.
Oh yeah, in case you haven't noticed, Kristine is pregnant with my niece.
Yay! Indeed.
And I'm gonna be a tita.
Tita April. We're gonna call her Tita April.
Yes. So, all right, but before we can feed Abigail the chicken, we've got to cook the chicken. So,
indeed.
What are we gonna start with?
Okay, so sometimes people oil up the pan, but what I like to do is I throw on the chicken skin on side first.
So we're gonna start doing that?
Yes.
All right. Keep telling them what we're doing as I.
And while we're doing this, it's already been seasoned with salt and pepper. I typically like to do this because through this process, the natural oils, because the chicken thighs, we're using chicken thighs by the way. The natural oils of the chicken thighs come out and...
Ooh, crowded the pan.
Yeah, that's great.
We might not get super crispy on this. Might have to crank up the heat.
Yeah, we will probably need to put it on high. But what I like to do is I let that sit there for a while, probably like 7 to 10 minutes, and then flip it over, and then it the oils come out of it, and then we fry our garlic and onion and all the good stuff. But I usually take out the chicken, and if I need a little bit more oil, I put in some olive oil, and today we're using sesame oil for our chicken adobo.
Because your sesame oil has a higher heat point too.
Ah, very nice.
So that's why I don't like to cook with olive oil that often. But, so would olive oil though be the more traditional Filipino?
No, the more traditional would be your typical vegetable oil, which my husband, her brother, loathes vegetable oil, so we do not own any type of corn or vegetable type oils in our household.
But he needs to know that vegetable oil has its place. That's what he doesn't understand.
Yes, that's right. I mean, I grew up on it. I'm fine.
And what he also doesn't know is that with him, cooking the mess out of olive oil is changing the flavor profile of the olive oil, and it's not how it's supposed to taste. He's ruining,
a light.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, you don't. It's more for finishing.
And more for your dressing.
Yeah, for your dressing. Yeah, so you wouldn't. so much bake in it unless you were doing, because I mean, I can't remember the heat point, but it's a lower one.
Gotcha.
Like maybe
We
200
don't
something
typically
degrees.
use olive oil in the Philippines. It's a bougie oil if you do get it. Because we stick to the cheaper ingredients. Because you know, the Philippines is a third world country, and we pride ourselves in using simple but nutritious ingredients. And you know, I never knew that vegetable oils were not nutritious for you, but they do have a place.
They do. They do. And I mean, I think some of the best foods though that you have come from cultures who have had to get inventive
Oh yeah.
with ingredients.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on ketchup because it's such a huge
Oh no, but
debatable topic.
So
but you know, you put ketchup on everything.
no, but what the Philippines has done with ketchup is maybe not.
I should have brought my bottle of banana ketchup, which is the greatest thing ever invented. You put it on everything. You put it in spaghetti. You put it on pizza. You put it on a burger. It's great.
No, like, if you're gonna put a condiment on pizza, do ranch.
No, you put ketchup on pizza.
First time we ate pizza together, she said, "Do you have any ketchup?" I said, "What?"
Yeah, like why not?
We have middle schoolers in our student ministry who do that.
Well, I am a middle school teacher, so maybe that makes sense. No, the pizza boxes in the Philippines come with packets of ketchup taped on top. That's a pretty tear right there.
Oh, good.
Great.
Yeah, I think y'all can kind of see there's a lot of that one didn't get. We might have to flip that one back again. That one got some. Yeah, we have overcrowded this pan for sure. Because we were aiming for about 3 pounds of chicken for this.
The more the merrier. But it's looking good. And we use chicken thighs because it's a more moist and more flavorful part of the chicken.
And I thought I was going for boneless. There's some small bones in this, but I think it's more boneless than if you were taking it from the chicken. But the thing I asked her when we were texting about what I needed to get, I said, "Is boneless okay or is it a sin?" And she said, "As long as it has the skin on."
Yes. Listen, you can use any part of the chicken when you try to adobo it. You can use the feet or even the neck, and it'll still taste delicious. But I would consider it a sin if you took the skin off of the chicken and made adobo. Now, my dad used to do that, and I did not like it, so when I started to make my own adobo and I could afford chicken, I bought the chicken with the skin on and did not take it off. But I still love my father.
But see, your father is Chinese who immigrated to the Philippines. So
that's right.
Maybe that's...
So people don't really think I'm Filipino because I'm half Chinese. My mother is pure Filipino, but my dad is pure Chinese. And the Chinese kind of took over the Philippines and the business side of the country. And so that's kind of how my grandparents ended up in the Philippines, so they can start a business over there. And they thrive, and that's kind of my roots. And people don't think I'm Filipino because the Chinese blood is very strong. And so we joke all the time that for the baby, I think the Chinese blood is definitely gonna be strong. Did you ever think you would have a Chinese niece? Tita April?
No, well, I could see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Because I like pulling another culture. We don't have much Asian in the bloodline, so now.
Yeah.
But what I'm hoping for little Abigail.
I don't think you've ever had Asian in your
bloodline. No, I don't think so. Not East Asian. We're mostly a European soup over here. So, but I'm hoping though, this would be rare, but we can pray about it, because Michael, well, his hair is not as red. He still has red hair. It's just brown a little more. It's gotten darker. But when he was born, he had this really orange clown hair. And so, I'm hoping that this baby has bright orange hair with Chinese facial features.
I want a red-headed Chinese baby.
Yes.
I keep saying it, and my father-in-law says it'll be the Chinese Annie.
Yeah, little Asian Annie.
And that's okay to say. Okay? People don't get offended. It's fine. But I do want a red-headed Chinese baby.
Yeah. Well,
we gotta allow it.
If this one's not, you're just gonna have to keep going until you, until you get it. Now, Kristine, are we cooking these completely through, or do we just want them kind of browned and we're gonna cook later?
Yes, we will finish cooking them off later. And
okay.
We can now transfer this.
All right, let me get a plate.
Another plate.
I'll come in behind you here while we're doing that.
Smelling really good, even with just the salt and the pepper in here.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to?
All right, yeah, go ahead and we'll scoop them in.
There's so much chicken oil.
Yeah, because we kept the skin on. So all that fat, we may not have to use the sesame oil at all.
And I would do this too with just like, because you could do a pork adobo.
Yes.
With just using pork belly slices.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good.
And people sometimes, they do a mix. They do a mix of, we'll put that back later.
Okay, these are going back a little bit. I'm just gonna set them behind me. Okay, now, are we tossing in onions?
Yes, let's toss in.
All right, so we have one whole sliced onion, and we're tossing in our garlic too. So this is, what did we do, about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic?
Yes.
It made about 2 tablespoons. Here. Good. Okay. Yeah.
But typically, I would use like the smaller onions, the shallots, but they're very rare over here.
I have 1 shallot back there. I was looking at the recipe you sent me.
Yeah, but you can use a red onion, white onion's good. But when I moved here, I was not used to the size of the onions in the grocery stores. I'm like, what are they feeding their onions over here? They're like baseball sizes. We don't typically have those. We only have the smaller onions.
Oh, like cheap. What I grow, I just harvested some. I just used the last bit.
Very
but
nice.
They were about that big around.
Very nice. So we're going to try to like kind of just cook down the onions and the garlic together.
Do we add any seasoning at this point?
We'll wait for the chicken.
Okay. And the chicken comes back.
Yes, the chicken does come back.
Alright, so we're wanting to brown the onions, but not caramelize, right?
No. Yes, that's right. Brown the onions. Smelling really good in here. Onions and garlic, sauteed in chicken oil.
Yeah.
And sometimes we use chicken oil as a condiment too, over rice. And we usually eat it with like a grilled chicken or like a grilled meat.
So you just pour some chicken fat over.
Yes. Yes.
What is that? Small?
Yes. Philippine cuisine is more on like it's either really savory or really sweet. And we like to mix up the tastes of things. So we use a lot of vinegar in the dishes.
Vinegar brings out other flavors. So now, chicken adobo.
Yes.
That sounds to me a little Hispanic. So, and isn't there a Mexican version?
I think so. Yes, there is. So this one comedian, his name is Joe Coy, and he says that the Filipinos are the Mexicans of Asia. Because we were colonized by the Spaniards for about 300 years. And so so they left a lot of their cuisine, their traditions, their last names. And so if you kind of, know a Filipino or two, we kind of have Gomez's and like Reyes. Those are Hispanic sounding names, but they also are Filipino last names.
And because your dad's Chinese, your last name was Du.
It was Du. And my dad always says it's do or die. But yes, my Filipino last name was Zamar, and my Chinese last name is Du.
And now you have an English last
I
name.
know. That's
Very
so
English.
I am now whitewashed.
Yep.
And so when people look at my name, they would think it's a white lady. No, it's a culturally ambiguous Filipino looking lady. This is looking great.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to get some of the little bits off of here, off of the bottom.
Stuck on the bottom.
Pull them up. Well, when we add some of this liquid, that will
It'll all that
help
flavor.
pull up our flavors.
It smells really good already. And typically for chicken adobo, people can just add whatever. Some people add like a liver spread to make the sauce thicker. Some people add pineapple juice to sweeten the sauce. But we're going super simple here.
We'll be adding brown sugar.
Yep.
All right, are we ready to put
Yes,
put the chicken back?
in. Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to fit it all in. Actually, yeah, I'll do that way.
Yeah. I feel like it'll get smaller when we add all the liquids and the spices.
I got juices coming back.
All that chicken juice. That's the good stuff.
Put you in there. Squeeze those guys around.
Yum. Looking good.
Okay.
Add a little bit more soy sauce.
We want to do a little more. All right, so are we gonna put in everything now?
Yes,
Any
we
particular
are.
order?
Yep.
Any order?
It doesn't matter, but
Okay.
you can start with the vinegar first.
Okay. And Kristine has particular types. So we're gonna do this vinegar.
I don't understand the soy sauces over here. The vinegars are all right, but I brought my special Filipino soy sauce. This is called Silver Swan.
Okay, we're
Soy
dropping.
sauce.
We're dropping. What was this? Two tablespoons.
might
So
go
we
a
did.
bit more.
We did about 4 tablespoons of the vinegar.
Yes. So for chicken adobo, you want to use more vinegar than soy sauce, and we're gonna add a little bit more soy sauce to just put some color into the sauce. Looking good. And we already put salt and pepper on our chicken. And later on, when we have the soup, we can taste and adjust just like that. All
So
right.
we're popping our bay leaves.
Yes, bay leaves are important too. It gives that extra yummy taste.
All right.
For the sauce.
Putting in our.
I would put the brown sugar last.
Okay.
And probably when we have that liquid, we adjust.
Okay.
Okay, this is called Magic Setup. And it's just good old MSG.
MSG.
It's the best thing ever.
I'm trying to tear where it says to tear.
Might need scissors. But you can put magic syrup in everything. You can put magic syrup in soups.
All right, we wanted how much?
Probably just a sprinkle.
So about a teaspoon.
Yes. That's good.
All right, we're gonna sprinkle that in.
Just a little, maybe another teaspoon. Yep. And it gives that extra umami flavor.
And we like some umami flavor. Okay.
Then we probably want to flip over.
Flip the
Just
chicken.
mix up all the yummy sauces and ingredients.
So that way our bay leaves can get in there.
Yeah.
Flip that.
Yep.
We'll flip you. Come on. Don't fall off skin. If you have a larger pan,
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest that. I think this is the biggest pan I have. Okay.
You could also use a pot if that works.
We're resourceful in the Philippines.
We are very, very resourceful. We typically don't have these fancy cast iron skillets. We use your traditional wok.
Now the cast iron though, this is my heritage.
Okay.
So
Yes.
so I think one of these actually.
We're honoring both heritages.
One of these belonged to my dad's mother.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
One of my cast, and then I got one handed down from somebody else on the other. So see,
Nice.
cast irons, they're heirlooms.
Very nice. And
Okay.
it's giving our chicken like a really good cook over here. Alright, we're gonna add some water to our dish over here.
Do the whole thing.
Yes.
I just want to rinse off my tongs so I get that
Great.
flavor right there
That's great.
as we're doing that. Okay.
That's wonderful. And then we're gonna leave it to just simmer.
Are we gonna cover?
More, yes. And you may want to flip that one over.
Okay.
And we're gonna cover and let it cook and simmer
And we're not doing the sugar till
not
later.
yet.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's do this. All right. So pretty much we're gonna let it simmer for how long?
For about, I want to say 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll add our brown sugar again.
Okay.
And then let it simmer again so it'll reduce into this thicker, like the
Like a sauce.
yes, like a sauce.
Mhm.
Some people like their adobo soupy,
Mhm.
but I like mine.
We like it thick.
Yeah,
We want
I like mine thick.
it thick. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all, give y'all a closer look, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right. So it's been 10 minutes, and we're getting some really great smells in here.
Yummy.
So, as you can see, our chicken's really going now. And so, is this the sugar?
This is the sugaring time.
Alright.
I would we have a tablespoon over here, but I would start just kind of sprinkling around and let it mix into the sauce.
Okay.
More if you want a sweeter adobo. Some people skip this part, but I like the blend of like the savory and sweet, and then we mix it up, and then we taste and adjust how much we want, how sweet we want our adobo, and that should be great.
This will thicken up everything too. Do the last little bit here.
Yep. And we're gonna kind of like mix it up well, and then taste and adjust if you need a little bit more salt or pepper in your adobo. I should stop saying adobo. It's adobo. People are gonna run after me.
Well, you're an English teacher here,
I am
so.
an English teacher. I'm an English teacher from the Philippines, teaching Americans in the American public school system.
Yeah.
Go international teachers.
She's teaching where I went to school.
Yes.
At the Lugoff Belgium Middle School.
And so when I first met Michael, I think that's what he said that, you know, was his talking point when he first met me. And, yeah, he just kept talking that whole night.
He talks. Anybody who knows Michael knows he talks.
And there were multiple perspectives of the night that we met. Some people said it was just like, kind of like magnets. Some of our friends said, oh, poor Kristine. But, well, we're married and now I'm having his kids, so it worked out.
She stuck around.
And I got a sister. Yeah.
This is really why she married him.
Sorry. Sorry, Michael. Okay, this is looking great. Now we're going to want to taste this, the soup.
Reach in that drawer right there. Find you a spoon.
And, would you like a spoon?
Sure. Give me a spoon. I'll let you taste first so you can tell us if it's what we should be tasting.
I like the taste. I like the blend of the sweet and the salty, but if Tita April thinks it needs a little bit more salt or pepper, you can adjust how you like it. And then, we'll see.
I think that's great. That's really flavorful.
It's the Filipino soy sauce. That's the key ingredient.
We do not need any more salt. And normally I do think people undersalt things.
Yes. Yes.
But I salted that chicken pretty good before.
That was good. That was a good trick. Before you fry or like sear the chicken, you put the salt.
Because that lets it start to seep through, so you don't have just a salty exterior, but your flavor gets through the whole piece.
Through the meat, through the bone, let it marinate a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is looking really good, and we're liking the sauce already. So we're just gonna. I usually leave the lid open.
Okay.
So the sauce kind of thickens and reduces, and we got our rice going.
Yeah, the rice
in
cooker.
In the back, trusty old rice cooker from my mom from the 1990s. It's still alive.
And
It's
it hasn't caught fire?
No. We would know by now. But it's really easy to cook rice. I mean, I don't ever measure anything with cups. All you need is this part of your finger.
That's how much water until you
Yes.
hit rice.
Yes.
So.
But you gotta clean your rice first. I kind of swish the rice till it's clean. And then how much ever rice you need, you just fill it up with how much water, and you just need this tip of your finger. And it always comes out fluffy and great.
Because here in America, we tend to have our starchier rice. Because we don't rinse as much.
Gotcha.
I think.
Gotcha.
And now certain rice, like some rice from Charleston, like if you get Anson Mills rice that's grown, I'm not sponsored by Anson Mills, I just really like them. If you go to their website, they have like top-notch grains, and it's pretty local to us in South Carolina, and they have a great service too, so if you or having any type of allergy or intolerance to gluten, they process everything separately, so they have some great gluten-free products. But anyway, this is not an ad for them, but I just love their products. So I've gotten some Carolina rice, and they almost call it like the ice cream of rice. So when they scoop it, it's creamier and not so much of fluffiness, but almost like you could put it in a scoop and eat it. But yeah, the East Asian and even South Asian is more of like the fluffier, which I mean we have fluffy rice, but I think that the difference is it's not as congealed.
Correct. It's because we eat with our hands, so we need it to be fluffy and sticky so we can kind of mold it.
But not to where it's...
Which I would like to challenge my sister that we would eat the adobo and rice with our hands.
Okay.
Because we don't need forks and knives and spoons to eat. That's so like 2000s. You need to eat with your hands if you're Filipino.
Well, I've been with some Arabs and they brought up the plates and we done the rice and then they have breads and things.
One day I'd like to do a boodle fight with the family and just have like you eat it on top of banana leaves and you
That's what it's called.
It's called a boodle fight. Because you kind of have to fight for your food. Because, you know, some people eat more than others, and it's pretty fun.
Did I ever tell you about the time that me and your husband got in a fist fight over bagel bites when we were kids? We were kids.
Yes, I have heard the story.
We were home alone, both rummaging through the freezer. We were bored, and we both reached in and came out with the bagel bites. It's mine. It's mine. And we tussled.
Oh.
I think we ended up splitting them, but there were only 3 little bagel bites.
Isn't that nice?
I think we did after we fought.
Oh, that's cute. No bagel bite fights in our household.
We do a
Boodle fight.
boodle fight.
Boodle fight is great.
We will have a boodle fight.
One day we shall do that.
I have a banana tree in the backyard.
You
so.
do? That's great.
Yeah,
well, I'm
so
gonna
we
need
can
the
get
banana leaves. And that's where you set all the food because the banana leaves are so fragrant.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of add like a flavor to the food. And you'll see in like Filipino cuisines, some dishes are wrapped in banana leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you cooked any in the leaves.
You do. You can cook you can cook desserts in banana leaves and just kind of wrap food
Which is
around.
possibly where Hawaii
That's
gets
right.
their
That's
traditions.
Right. Pacific Islander style. So we're just, a mix. We're really a melting
Well, that's
pot.
the thing. Remember, people are people.
Yep.
We're a lot more similar than you would think.
That's very true. That's very true.
But yeah, going back to rice, I remember when I worked in international ministry, getting a group email, like it was a mass email from one of our Chinese ladies telling the Americans how to cook rice properly because she said we were not doing great.
Listen.
And she's like, if you want to serve internationals, here's how you cook your rice.
The worst thing you can do is when you have like, when somebody's done cooking rice and it's still like hard and chewy.
We don't do the hard and chewy. We just have more starchy.
What did you do wrong?
It's starchy.
Ah.
Not enough rinsing. Once you start rinsing your rice, then you don't have as much.
You rinse your rice? Wait,
you rinse your rice.
Before you cook it?
Yeah.
But when it's cooked, we don't really rinse our rice.
No. But see, a lot of Americans don't do as much rinsing.
Yes,
So,
it's important to get all
starchy
that.
one.
Yeah. Make sure the water's clear before you cook it. Just keep swishing.
It's kind of like when you're doing potatoes. If you want a crispier fry, you soak them in water. And it pulls that starch out, and so you rinse
Nice.
a little bit till your water is more clear.
Very nice. This is looking really good.
How much longer do you think we have?
I think it's almost about done.
We got a little bit of chicken fats popping up there.
That's great. And we did not use any extra oil at all.
Yep. We didn't need to.
It's kind of soaking in its own oil right now as we speak.
We left those skins on, that's why.
We did.
And chicken thighs are a fattier
That's true.
piece of meat. You said we could never do this with chicken breasts, right?
You can, but I would typically mix it up, like do a breast, do thigh, do a leg. You can mix chicken parts in the dish.
Yeah.
And some people, like I said, you could use the chicken neck, the feet. You can adobo anything. You can adobo chicken liver. Yeah, and I've had that served at school before, and people actually enjoy it. It's served on a bed of rice.
So these are also people who eat hot dogs and spaghetti, so...
Hey, don't knock on it until you tried it, okay? I get so much, like, beef for my spaghetti and hot dogs, but it's the best thing ever. And also, like, when I make spaghetti, you make it with banana ketchup. And it gives it that sweeter, and you could also put condensed milk in your spaghetti. Yes! To give it that sweet and savory taste, and you add the red hot dogs.
Oh,
it's great.
Nope. You lost me. You lost me on that. Look,
well,
I'm pretty open-minded on a lot of things.
Okay,
but...
well, I'm going to pull the culture card. This has significant cultural roots for me. Okay.
Although, at the end of the day, though, culture just means a way of life.
That's true.
So, really, we would want our cultures to continue to evolve.
And that means you bring it to the future generation as well. So my daughter will know spaghetti with hot dogs.
Tita April is going to teach her a couple of things.
Tita April, I have declared, is going to be the fun Tita that will teach her all the fun.
Tita, who's got an Amazon Prime account. And
very nice. I think this is about done.
Okay. How's our rice?
Waiting on our rice.
It's moving. Oh, look at that.
Done.
Look at that.
So
looks like a good rice. We'll take you over there in a minute.
Fluffy. It's almost done. When the red button becomes white, that means
here. Let's look at our rice. Okay, our rice is now finished. So she's getting that out. Come behind you. Alright, let's see. Y'all can see it. Actually, let me go. I'm just gonna go ahead and start scooping some out into this bowl.
Yeah.
And we were talking about when the rice crisps on the bottom, how that's a faux pas in some cultures, but I like it. I like a little.
We eat it too.
All right, how about that be my rice bed?
That's perfect.
And yeah, we can pull that off. So now I'm just going to plate some of this right here. Whoops, I'm being messy.
That's the way to eat.
All right, I'm gonna do a couple of these pieces here, and then come in. Since rice is going with us anyway.
Yep.
I've got rice on this spoon, but you know, we're not being fussy with this. Because I want to get some of that sauce in there into the rice.
And our sauce has definitely reduced now, and it's gotten thicker. And you got those onions that have caramelized.
Oh yeah. We have those onions, we have the garlic.
And you don't eat the bay leaves.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all know that, but if you didn't, no. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Alright, and now to add from my culture. We'll see how controversial this gets. Look, I like a little pop of color. We have some parsley here.
It's not a sin. You can do whatever you want with your adobo.
But for those of you who do think it's a sin, let me know.
If you want to go the Asian route, you can use some green onions.
Yeah, I have those, but they're in the yard. So I have the parsley there. So look, nice pop of color there.
Yummy.
Okay. So
we're gonna let that cool maybe for a little bit before.
I thought we were just digging in, Kristine.
I mean, if you want to be adventurous.
How about this?
There you go.
I want to get in.
There you go.
I want to get in, but I want to take some of this chicken off of here. Whoops. Okay. Pulled that off. So now. Oh yeah, that's hot. Sure, we can't use forks.
We can. We can. We'll do the hand eating later.
Yeah. Grab. I think we got fork. There's a big fork, little fork back there. One left. All right. Yeah, because I really am anxious to eat here.
This looks good.
Grab a little. Cheers.
Cheers. Hot.
Oh, hot. That's comfort food in a bowl.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. Everybody has their own comfort food that involves like chicken and rice or something.
That's
or
true.
maybe like a meat and potato.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I think like for us down here in the South, chicken bog. Have you
I've had your chicken
Mhm.
bog. It's delicious.
Yeah, so we do
Delicious.
chicken, rice, some sausage, and a little bit of spices there. Mm-hmm.
See, hot dogs in your chicken.
It's not hot. It's sausage. It's different than
Still
it's not.
Same difference.
It's not a red weenie hot dog. These are like smoked sausages.
Okay. Hot dogs.
Well, do we want to take a time out and call Michael in here? Do we want to let Michael eat?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Just
All
because
right.
he's here, you know.
All right, we're gonna get Michael, but we'll let you. We're gonna give you a little look here. This is Michael, who we've been making fun of. And
Yes,
so-
I overheard some of it.
So Michael, do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, what y'all got
All
here?
right, we have the chicken adobo.
Chicken
Adobo.
adobo. You better say it right.
Adobo.
Adobo.
Oh my gosh. It is
Adobo.
chicken adobo, and you are being difficult right now.
Well, all I know is I heard you talking about red sausages and Filipino spaghetti.
Okay. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
I have tried it.
It's great. It's
Here,
good.
come in and try this
Let me
though.
try
Chicken
this.
adobo.
Let me try this.
Yeah, put it on.
This piece right here.
Mm-hmm.
Get some of the rice here. I'm good for a big bite.
It's hot.
You better like it.
Well, I do like it, but not because my wife told me to, but because it's good food.
You're welcome.
Very good.
You're welcome.
Very good.
So check this out. Head over to homesteadinthecity.com. I think we're gonna try to get that recipe on the website and yeah, make you some chicken adobo.
There you go.
Adobo.
And then, and if you have your own special recipe, let us know about it and what you would change. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.